the environment was quite new for us, so I mean we needed one another to be able to navigate through. From that I realized that she was actually giving me space because I kept pushing it. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me here. If you're new here, I'm Olabisi. I create content from Ibadan. Wholesome content, guys. So it's good to be back here, guys. It's so good to be back. I'm so happy. I mean, it's like the more I want to come back on here, the more something is restraining me. And these days, I just struggle with background, where exactly to put my camera, because most of the time I like to film with natural light. It just makes the quality of my video better. But lately the weather has been gbas. It's been raining, like, so today the weather is popping, and I decided to make use of it. Okay, guys. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? Please join this team, join this community I'm building on here, and you will not regret it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about female friendships. This is something I've been wanting to talk about for a while, and I'm so glad that I'm finally doing this. Yeah, have you ever been a female person, like, because there are people that, let me relax. Okay, there are people that they just feel like, oh, they are comfortable around male friends. I've seen people that, or I've met people that they'll be like, oh, they are comfortable around, and I mean females now. They are comfortable around males. Males are their friends and all of that. But that hasn't been my case at all. I'm always comfortable choosing female friends and all of that. So today let's talk about female friendships. All right. So guys, so when I just gained admission, and for me the way I pick my friends is, when I newly get to a place, even when I was 7. Shout out to you, Tony, by the way, God bless you. It's always like we just connect. Like, I never really know what the connection was, but we just started talking and we bond and all of that. So this happened when I gained admission. I had met this friend, and she was cool. We always talk about stuff and all of that. And it's like a new school. We started, registration and all of that. And the environment was quite new for us. So I mean, we needed one another to be able to navigate through. So I met this friend. She was cool. Actually, I loved her. I liked her. The energy and all of that. And at some point, we started to have, I don't want to say a fallout, because I mean, if I'm your friend, because I'm that girl that will be loyal to you. If I'm your friend, I'm going to keep seat for you. I mean, that was what we were actually doing. Keep seat for each other. Sometimes we go to school together, visit each other, chill out and all of that. That was what we were doing. And at some point I began to, see her deviate. Like, sometimes she would travel and I'll get to her hostel and they'll be like, oh, she traveled, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? So I mean, I would talk to her. She just felt like she kept a lot from me, basically. And this was someone that I considered my friend, and it was just a lot. I mean, and it kept happening like that. Like, she would do stuff, even academically, maybe go for tutorials, and wouldn't even tell me. And this is someone I consider my friend. And the way I am, if I'm your friend, everyone in the school is going to know that this person is my friend. Like, I will be so into you that I would not even have time for other friendships, if you get what I mean. So it was now hard for me to now, connect with other people when I already have this person. I mean, I would, try as much as possible to connect with her, like, what's up, what's going on. So apparently she had trust issues, and when she wants to do stuff, she doesn't like let me know. And I'm like, no, it's not done that way. This is friendship and all of that. So it just turned out that the friendship was one-sided. Actually, I remember that even after we graduated, I would try reaching out, try to call her, during our service here. Oh, how is where you were posted to, all of that. And she would just give me this cold attitude. I mean, it's it was later on that I realized that she was actually giving me space, because I kept pushing it. I remember one day I had to talk to my mom about it, and I'm like, I'm calling this girl, she's not picking. Sometimes when she picks up, she's not, you get that vibe when you're talking to someone. She's not giving me that vibe. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, she will just say, oh, she's going through stuff. I'm like, we self we dey go through stuff now. Like, I would send that text messages, guys. She will not reply me and all of that. I remember asking some of our mutual friends, and they'll be like, oh, she's not replying their text as well. I'm like, that was when I was now calm, because I was questioning myself, like, is it that I've done something wrong? Is it that, maybe maybe I did something that she's not telling me? I would try to, check myself, think about the time we spent together, and just see if there was something along the way that happened that would have made her react to me like that, because it was new. I had not experienced that before. So I was like, why would you not want to talk to me? At least if something is bothering you, even if you don't want to share, we can pray about it. We can just, I can advise or something. But she was not talking. Guys, legit, I was so into this girl. Like, I was like, why she not? Because, when I'm your friend, I think beyond that friendship, especially if, we met in school. I will always think like, okay, when we are done with school, even when life is lifing, some of us we still like keep in contact and all of that. But, I think that is at this point, I think that it's necessary for you to realize that sometimes you outgrow some friends. And I'm not even talking about, this friendship I had with this person in particular, but it's just so good for you to realize it, that sometimes you outgrow some friends because life happens. And sometimes if some friends are not able to balance up with you, there's no way they will not fall out. And sometimes it's not your fault. You've grown, and this person are not growing with you. That's why it's important. Personal growth is so important, guys. It's just so important. If you're seeing stuff that would help you grow, in your self-care journey, in your career, taking courses, attending seminars, building good friendship, creating great connection, it would definitely help you. I mean, recently I now take contacts. I mean, taking people's contacts. I took you personal, right? And if you attend a church like mine, you will definitely know that it's so important. I mean, last Sunday, my pastor was telling us that, tell your partner, your neighbor, that it's a privilege to be sitting beside them, get their contacts, check up on them if you don't see them in church and all of that. And really, that's how life should be. That's how people should really treat each other, and not make them feel like, oh, you are less, or you're not deserving to be in my space. I don't know if you get that, because it's just so good if you have someone in your corner. This life you can't do it alone. I saw one affirmation today that was saying, I deserve to be alone, or I deserve to be my own team, something around that. I was just like, nah, you need people, if that makes sense. So, I mean, with this points or gist or story of mine, I hope that you guys have been able to, get a thing or two from the video. It's just so good to have that person in your corner, that friend. We need friends in this life. There are people that will be like, I can't do that, oh. But you really need people. We need connections. These are people that would, be there for you, and you also be there for them. Do you get what I mean? Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please make sure you subscribe. Leave a comment down below and give this video a thumbs up. I love you guys. Bye.